Okay, ringing up Mr. Graeme Kenna.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello, Mr. Kenna. It's Mr. Hussain here, once again leaving yourself a message asking you to get back to me with some clarity of understanding, considering the fact that it's now been 77 days that you've unlawfully abducted my brother and are holding him captive in your care and custody without any legal framework in place. And yes, of course, you know it's unlawful. There are only two ways you can detain somebody. There are only two lawful ways that anybody can be legally detained against the liberty, freedom and liberties. And that's number one, going through a police process or a criminal process where you're given rights of protection, rights and protections to be brought before a court of law and then prosecuted and convicted. Only through a criminal conviction can the state lawfully or legally detain somebody in deprivation of their liberties. That's rule or one legal framework. Going through the judicial system, prosecuting somebody, convicting them, and sending him to prison. That's what you did to me. All unlawful, by the way, and through fraud and deception. But that is at least a legal framework. The second legal framework is, as you're fully aware, under the under the Mental Health Act 1983, where somebody can be sectioned under the Mental Health Act, Section 2 and Section 3. That's what you did in my brother Talib's case in 2018. You came to our house with the full intention of looking to section him. You came down with the doctors, Dr. Shamoon Sami, Dr. Nadeem Nasser, and also Vicina Brown and Sanjeev Singh and the police, and you abducted my brother on the 3rd of August under the pretext that you're going to detain him under the Mental Health Act by sectioning him. Going to prison under a criminal conviction or being sectioned under the Mental Health Act. Those are the only two avenues that I know of to deprive somebody of their freedom and liberties and to deny them their rightful rights under the Human Rights Act or all other provisions that are in place. What you've done is something completely ridiculous, which is what you normally do, isn't it? Normally you go off record. That's how you criminally convicted me. I went to jail not because of a police investigation or a prosecution by the Crown Prosecution Service. It was all just you, isn't it? The council took charge of the situation and put me into prison, and then it's all just you, where you financially plundered and profited as a consequence of me going to jail, where you, the local authority, have then been advantaged to take control and care of my mother, and as you are now doing in my brother's case. There's no legal framework is there in place there, because simply if there was, you would just tell me, Mr. Hussain, this is the legal framework we've used, we are right, we're doing things lawfully, legally, and you would be confident in telling me this, wouldn't you? Because from the whole month of September I've been writing to you, asking you every single day to tell me what legal framework you use. We have a right to know, my brother has a right to know and be informed about what his legal rights are. You are not in a position to do anything in my brother's best interest. You simply all got caught out and you were looking to act malevolently. You bought off these judges you are so confident in your ability to achieve the outcomes that you want by buying off the judges, and that's what you were trying to do in this ongoing case. I now fully believe that District Judge His Honor Judge Grosnell is on your paybook, is on your official paybook, considering the way I've been treated by him. But all the judges so far in this case, well, in all cases, but let's just focus in on this case. Deputy District Judge Maudsley in March 2022, then District Judge Foster in July 2022, then District Judge Wilcox, who you made a district judge specifically for a quid pro quo arrangement in our particular case, as you had made His Honor Judge Saville court judge, a circuit judge, made a circuit judge in 2015 in order to railroad that original criminal conviction against me. So this is what you do. This is your bread and butter, isn't it? Buying off the judges, using public money to buy off the judges. So in this case, Deputy District Judge Maudsley in March, District Judge Foster in July, District Judge Wilcox in November. That was all 2022. Then you bought off Circuit Judge Grosnell in my appeal application in 2023. You've bought off District Judge Mitchell in May and July this year, and then obviously you got District Judge Wilcox already in your pocket for the last hearing in October, for the hearings in October. All fraudulent, Mr. Kenna. You know it, I know it, we know, I know exactly how the system works now. I have enough evidence to prove the fact that you, the local authority, are consistently buying off the judges to railroad an outcome to your advantage, to your benefit, and anything, and denying me my basic human rights to go before an impartial arbitrator. That is a fundamental that is the fundamental problem here, isn't it? You've created a situation where nothing I can say. So this is one of the reasons that you've always been encouraging me to get a solicitor. I remind myself that throughout my mother's case in the Court of Protection, you were encouraging me, giving me social clues, and trying to nudge me into getting a solicitor. And I knew I didn't want to get a solicitor because the solicitors are always bought off by you. So that was what happened in 2019 and 2020, and then in 2021 when you had kicked me out and made it quite evident to me that no judge was going to speak to me in the Court of Protection case, then I did eventually get a solicitor. And what happened when I got the solicitor? You were very eager to buy him off, wasn't you? You were in April, in May and June, you bought off the solicitor within a couple of months. This solicitor, Michael Barrett of Berknazi Solicitors, was in London, but then there's no solicitor that I can buy off, is there? There's no solicitor I can get to represent me because there is no solicitor that you can't buy off. You can buy off all the solicitors, and then I've taken the solicitors to the legal ombudsman, which I've been directed to do, and that was a complete whitewash and a waste of my time and resources, because the legal ombudsman, you have people in the legal ombudsman as well to whitewash this situation. This situation is now escalating to such a degree where my brother's been kidnapped. I have no idea where my brother is. This has always been coordinated by the judges. I now fully understand that Circuit Judge Grosnell is fully involved, and because within 24 hours of me submitting my application to have raise evidence, to provide evidence that my brother, that there's fraud taking place, my brother's got kidnapped within 24 hours. It all happened in August once again, and this is a recurring and repeating pattern when I'm dealing with yourselves. Everything happens in a time frame. 3 months later...
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. Please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
Okay, Mr. Kenna, time is getting the better of me once again, so I'm just going to quickly wrap this up. You have been left a message every single day to contact me from the 10th of October. I've recorded all my calls, and I've obviously publicized them because I'm going to make sure everybody knows about this fraud and deception that you're committing against me and my brother. You've instructed the police to come and arrest me, denied me access to my brother. You're denying us access to any money. You're denying us access to any information, becoming the gatekeepers of information. This is completely unacceptable and deplorable. I once again urge you, the council, come on to speak with me, because this matter is simply endangering my brother's life. You know, if my brother dies in your care and custody, as previous family members have, I'm going to hold you fully accountable for. You've not provided me with any framework regarding my mother's death. You've not done an inquest into her death. You've taken the money from my bedroom without giving me any indication and jewelry from my bedroom.
Sorry, but you've reached the maximum time available for recording your message. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. If you are happy with your message, press 4. To specify a message sent. Goodbye.
So as I was saying, they just continue to act with villainousness. I've got no choice but to publicize me and my family situation as we are presently being persecuted, hounded, and victimized by the judiciary that have clearly been bought off by the authorities. by the authorities, and there's nothing I can do. They're telling me to get a solicitor. If I get a solicitor, as no doubt they want me to do, and if I get a solicitor, what's going to happen is the solicitor's going to start playing silly buggers with me, pretending that he does not know what's going on. I've gone through this. I've hired many solicitors in the past. All solicitors, whether they're Asian or non-Asian, or whether they're in the local district or not in the local district, it doesn't matter where they are. None of the solicitors work in my interest, even though I'm their client. The local authority simply states your client is only for a short-term purposes. We're the local authority. We are immortal. We're going to be here forever. So you come and make an agreement with us, and down the line we will reciprocate that reciprocate your collusion with us at a later date on a quid pro quo arrangement. All fraudulent and deceptive, and this is what I have to cope with every single day. I'm leaving a message every single day now, as you can see, from the 10th of October. Today is the 24th of October. Every single day a message has been sent. All I'm asking for too much information. All I'm asking for is to tell me what legal framework they've used to abduct my brother, and give me an update on my brother's health and welfare. He has certain inalienable human rights too. He needs to know where his family is. He needs to know that we need to have contact with his family. This is a clear deprivation of my brother's right to a private and a family life. You can't deprive somebody of their family life. Me and my sister are worried sick about him. But what they're going to do now is, in order to engineer something so they can get out of any legal liability, they're just going to get my brother Adalat, or my sister Shahida, or my sister Khalda to go down and visit my brother. So saying that, no, we've not violated his human rights. They're not his family. They're estranged family members. They work for the council. They work as agents for the local authority in order for the local authority's best interest, because one of them, Shahida, is a council tenant. The other one, Adalat's, had an ongoing relationship with the council. My sister Shahalda's got a son who's got mental health problems, which the council are looking after. So they're obviously compromised, and I'm not. My brother's done everything to sign over everything to me, and they're holding him hostage like this, and they're refusing to speak with me or engage with me. This is all simply fraudulent and corrupt, and the local authority, Bradford Council, knows it is, but they're